Hi, this is Purple Turtle Tarot, and I'm doing a message with the Tarot of the Divine deck. I haven't used it in a while. Has like a lot of different mythologies involved in it. And so right off the bat, we have some sort of betrayal. Someone is really trying to cut off someone else's like capability or ability to do things. This is actually, I would usually just do this whole entire reading just off of my own interpretations, but the booklet actually has some pretty important points involved this time, because I didn't know that this is a mythology, an Inuit mythology, where Sedna's father pushes her from his kayak and chops off her fingers when she tries to cling to his boat. She sinks to the bottom of the ocean and becomes consumed with wrath, eternally seeking revenge. In the reverse, though, this is surviving disaster, recovery, regeneration, and the inevitable. So, in a way, there is some sort of family betrayal that was fated from the beginning, from possibly a father-daughter dynamic. And it's funny because the Oedipus mythology comes out later in this spread. And Oedipus's father was basically told, like, by the Oracle of Delphi, like, your son is going to end up killing you. And so the father was like, oh my gosh. And then so the father basically just gave his son away and like tried to avoid him or do everything in his power to like not be killed, and doing all of those things actually in a way brought upon his own fate. If you read more into the mythology, I highly recommend you do. So, and then like this also reminds me of the river Styx. So I feel like there's something about having to choose between like love and like the family you came from. It's like choosing, is blood thicker than water? Because there's blood in this water. And Sedna is she is a water goddess of the Inuit. It says from this legendary ladies booklet, it says, go to water to seek answers you're looking for. Leave your worries behind and be reborn through communion with water. Goddess of the sea, Sedna is with you in the cleansing waters to help you grow. So if you're close to a river, a lake, a waterfall, a beach, I would highly recommend you try and go out there and actually immerse yourself in that water. If you can't do any of those things, a spiritual bath or a spiritual shower should also help. And if for some reason you can't even do those things, because like I really feel for people that are like in homeless situations, like even just washing your hands and making sure you're drinking enough water is gonna help you connect with Sedna. And then continuing on from this betrayal, there is someone that is trying to be very scam, manipulate, and I think, again, like this is a fated father-daughter dynamic that has gone back, I think, in past reincarnations, past generations, because like there's a dinosaur here, and this just seems like kind of going back to like ancient times to me. There's even arrowheads here. Those look like arrowheads. So someone may have been native in a past life reincarnation, or they've been reincarnating on Earth since like the time of cavemen and stuff. Someone could be draconian, and I think are wolves connected to Syrians? I'm not sure. But there's also, the next card also has a wolf in it as well. So there's something about wolves, something about dinosaurs or dragons or reptiles. And so this person is trying to get away with something. They're trying to get away with taking an unfair share of things. Yeah. Is that 6 of coins? Oh, this is also Inuit. Wow. Yeah, abuse of power, scams, extortion, gullibility, and greed. In the upright, it is a pay-it-forward methodology of karma. So this person is doing, this person represented as the father is exact opposite of generating great karma for themselves. And then we have the Knight of Wands here. Norwegian fairy tale. The Knight of Wands represents a fearless fighter, eager to charge into battle, especially if it means defending someone she loves. Reckless and afraid, Tatterhood grabs what she wants to claim the future as she desires. Defending someone she loves and claiming the future that she desires. So whoever this daughter is has very fiery energy. They could be a fire sign, they don't have to be, but it's weird that she's also holding a spoon. So this person might deal with fire magic or kitchen magic is what I'm thinking. There's also, what animal is that she's riding? It doesn't even look like it has a face, but it's got horns. So there's Aries energy here, there's Capricorn energy here. It's weird too because we just came into Aries Saturn, which is really taking, like, pulling yourself up into your own leadership, into your own independence is what Aries Saturn's kind of about. And there's a little lamb here. Upright, adventure, passion, a rebel, a flirt, a hot temper. And back with the River Styx one, it reminds me of the show Kaos. I think it's still on Netflix. I'm really sad that Netflix discontinued it because it was great. The actors were amazing. And the writing was awesome. It was like an adult Percy Jackson series. But it was about Eurydice, and I forgot what her husband's name was. But Eurydice basically like died and went to Hades and the underworld in Greek mythology, and her husband had to basically like go there while he was still alive to try and like save her. Oh, that's weird too, because there's a lot of coins in tarot, but like he also, like, I don't know if that's true to actual Greek myth, but in the show he didn't put a coin in her mouth, so she couldn't actually pass on. Like there's some sort of like definite like cord or bond that has been there since over lifetimes. I don't know why it's hard for me to say that. But I would believe that this cord or tie is still healthier than the one that this daughter-father dynamic has. There's a lot of competition here. Apparently this mythology is more family-related stuff that has to do with brothers. It's a Sanskrit epic poem. The Five of Wands is represented here by the Pandavas, 5 brothers who embody unity in the face of conflict. The 5 brothers have been known to bicker and play fight, but they also care deeply for one another. A resolution to their strife only comes from good communication. In the upright, it seems like, I don't know. I heard in the upright, it's different in this book, but I heard in the upright that usually it's competition that improves people. Like they grow from adversity, and in this one, it's just rivalry and just competition for competition's sake that can make things worse. But in this book, it says compromise, peace, harmony, resolution, conflict avoidance. So some sort of reconciliation, some sort of clearing out negative karma in a family situation, maybe. For those that deserve it and have actually been working to clear out karma, those people are clearing out karma. The ones that are doing deceitful things, they're gaining horrible karma still. And yeah, there's a lot of competition to try and get someone to like come back to old negative habits or cycles and trying to hold someone back from moving on. I didn't read this one yet. Ooh, this isn't a... Oh, this is Moses. Oh, yeah. And then it makes me think of Prince of Egypt, where Moses was like, let go of my people. Let us live. Stop making us slaves for you. And it was between a brother and a brother. So a lot of family stuff. And another brother was just like, no, we've been doing this forever. We've had slaves. Like, what are you talking about? What God? Your God says to stop making people slaves. What is he going to do? And then a whole plague happens. The waters, literally in the movie, the waters turn to blood. And so the Eight of Cups represents leaving good things behind in pursuit of higher ideals. Moses was raised as a prince of Egypt, but realized he needed to sacrifice his royal life and wealth to pursue the spiritual and ascetic one. But this is reverses aimlessness, fear of abandonment, depression, settling, and hopelessness. So, But then there's this sort of ascension anyways. Oh, and this actually looks like the smoke and everything from the burning bush in the Prince of Egypt, oddly enough. And it's weird because usually in the Nine of Swords, it's just one person. It's kind of like in a bed, like having fears and phobia. It's a family that's in fear. Literally, looks like a father is the one that has fear and phobias about some sort of ascension this person is having. Oh, but this is also the Oedipus mythology. So that is also the Oracle of Delphi. Someone is heightening their psychic powers, or there has been some sort of prophecy or vision shown from the ethers, from ancestors to this family that is doing karmic things. And this, I think, that's Oedipus. That's Oedipus's father. And she told him that Oedipus was going to eventually be his demise. And what more did it say in the book about this? Represents decision-making controlled by anxiety. The Oracle of Delphi warns the king that his son Oedipus will one day kill him. Had he not let his fears control him and raised his son in love instead of hate, the king's eventual death could have been avoided. Upright is anxiety, terror, nightmares, obsession, insomnia. So whoever is doing karmic, deceitful things in the dark, they are unable to sleep, and it's like, it's so weird too, because like, the people that make movies and shows and everything, they're all people in the Matrix, trying to keep people in the Matrix. They're all louche harvesters. Yet, there is still like a residing theme that like, love always trumps everything. Why would they even write that in movies? Like, maybe just to give us false hope in this Matrix or something? I don't think so. I think it's because they actually know that that's... And that's what makes so many louche harvesters so angry, is that it's just so, for some reason, hard for them to just come from a place of love. And that was weird too, because like I've been talking about how my family, like they'll be watching shows with me, and then like in the middle of it they'll be like, yeah, she thinks she's so, like, my brother will literally be looking me in the eye when he's talking about someone on the, he's like, yeah, she thinks she's so wearing everything. She thinks she's so hot. She thinks she's so protected. And I'm like, and then you start talking about, like, yeah, she's just trying to do things out of revenge. Like, that gets her anywhere. And I was like, you do realize that I'm not seeking revenge. If anything, I just want to be able to live my life enough that I can, like, produce content, be creative, sing without my throat feeling like someone's spiritually doing this when I, like, sing or when I post content, because that's the only time I feel it. If I'm not doing anything, like, the time that, like, I feel like the least amount of, like, spiritual stuff being done to me is if I'm just laying on my bed being lazy and doom scrolling. If I do that all day, it is the most quiet ever. But if I'm trying to do something productive, whether it's like doing a college course, whether it's like creating content, whether it's drawing, whether it's singing, doing something productive or something creative or something, there's so much noise around me. So much, every single time. And it's just really weird that people tell on themselves and project, like, I guess how they would really act. I don't know. It's weird to me that, like, people, it's just obvious that it's really weird when people are, like, acting out of revenge when they were the ones to throw the first punch. I don't understand. This is, what else can I say about this? I don't know. And then I think I'm just going to end on this one. This is the Tower. I thought, I think the cards dropped for a second. So this one was reverse. Which I think is usually more positive. But, this is a Germany fairy tale. The Tower is about feeling safe and secure before everything is suddenly upended, beliefs are shattered, understandings ruptured, and everything is destroyed right down to the very foundation. Perhaps the foundation was flawed to begin with. Reversed is feeling trapped, delayed, disaster, fear of pain, and avoidance. Which is weird, because in other interpretations, I heard that the Tower card being reversed is that people fall on their feet instead of their head. Oh, look, Rapunzel. Kind of like a cat, you know? Oh, yeah. If it's about Rapunzel, Rapunzel's about her mom keeping her in a tower and not letting her live her life or even telling her about her history or her past. So, yeah. Is there anything else? I think that's just the message, is a lot of family karma that is being cleared out.